Health is wealth, peace of mind is happiness, yoga shows the way. This quote from Swami Vishnu Devanana, a man who established one of the first yoga teacher training programs in the West, can no better sum up my experience with yoga. After a health scare last year, in which I spent over a week in the hospital, I was looking for a way to become a healthier person. As I'd done yoga some before, I looked to this practice in order to achieve better health, and I've been consistently practicing 4 times a week for over a year now, and I can attest to the transformative nature of yoga. I've achieved health, peace of mind, and happiness, and I attribute much of this to yoga. As students, I know we're all struggling to balance work, assignments, personal lives, and our health. With so many things to juggle at one time, it's easy to live under the confinement of constant stress. However, I'm here to tell you that yoga has changed my reality, and it can change your reality as well. If you are struggling to manage everything going on in your life, I urge you to take a few minutes to listen to what yoga can do to transform your life from an anxiety-filled existence to a healthy and centered journey. Today, I want to give you a brief history of yoga, explain some key advantages of practicing yoga, and show you how to perform a few of the most basic yoga moves. With this in mind, I first want to give you a short background on how and why yoga came about. So according to the American Yoga Association, a nonprofit educational organization whose goal is to provide the highest quality yoga instruction and educational resources to anyone interested in yoga, no one really knows exactly when yoga began, but it certainly predates written history. In fact, the classical techniques of yoga date back more than 5,000 years. So in ancient times, the desire for greater personal freedom, health and long life, and heightened self-understanding gave birth to the system of physical and mental exercise, and this desire has slowly spread throughout the world over time. The whole system of yoga is built on 3 main structures, including exercise, breathing, and meditation. The body is looked upon as a primary instrument that enables us to work and evolve in the world. Therefore, a yoga student treats it with great care and respect. Yoga arrived in the United States in the late 1800s, but did not become widely known until the 1960s when the American youth culture became interested in anything Eastern. Today, the Huffington Post has reported that over 20 million Americans partake in practicing yoga. As more became known about the many beneficial effects of yoga, it gained acceptance and respect as a valuable method for helping in the management of stress and improving health and well-being among all who practice it. I now want to share with you some of the benefits that you and many receive from practicing yoga. Many types of benefits are experienced from doing yoga after just one class, after a few months of practice, and after a few years of practice. According to the Huffington Post article, How Yoga Changes Your Body Starting the Day You Begin, published on October 28, 2013, immediate benefits from practicing yoga include improved brain function, lower stress levels, and increased in flexibility. These benefits can be experienced after just one class. This article also shows that short-term benefits can be experienced by doing yoga for just a few months, including lower blood pressure, improved lung capacity, anxiety relief, relief from chronic back pain, lower blood sugar levels in diabetics, and an improved sense of balance. Finally, this article explains that if you remain committed to practicing yoga for a few years, you'll experience stronger bones, a healthy weight, and a lower risk of heart disease. So as you can see, yoga is a practice that provides those doing it with immediate and long-term results. As I have practiced yoga for over a year, I have witnessed a change in my body and enjoyed a majority of the many benefits I just listed. I now want to show you 2 of the most basic yoga poses that will be present in any form of yoga you could choose to practice. So, child's pose is the most basic pose performed in yoga. It can be done to relax during a tough yoga session or regain thought and feeling. According to yogajournal.com, an online yoga magazine last updated in March of 2014, in order to come into child's pose, you need to kneel on the floor, touch your big toes together, and sit on your heels. Then separate your knees about as wide as your hips. Exhale and lay your torso down between your thighs and place your arms, palms facing up, by your side. Although there are 100 different forms of yoga, any of these classes will incorporate the downward facing dog. As you can see with the visual, yogajournal.com explains that this pose is accomplished by coming on the floor on your hands and knees, pushing your top thighs back and stretching your heels onto or down towards the floor, and straightening your knees but not locking them. So as you can see, although there are hundreds of different practices with even more different poses, these basics of yoga are easy to achieve. In summary, although yoga is over 5,000 years old and deeply rooted in Eastern history, the many benefits experienced by those who practice it, from decreased anxiety to a healthy weight, are still felt by millions throughout the world today. With committed practice, Starting with basic positions such as child's pose and downward facing dog, you too can achieve the health and happiness that comes from yoga. If you are searching to transform your life for the better, I urge you to consider yoga. I want to leave you with a quote from Donna Farhi to keep in mind. Yoga does not remove us from the reality of responsibilities of everyday life, but rather places our feet firmly and resolutely in the practical ground of experience. We don't transcend our lives. We return to the life we left behind in hopes of something better. Thank you.